Greetings, everyone. It's Casey Goldstruck Gergini. How are you? I hope you're having a magical day and an amazing build to this June solstice, summer solstice in the Northern Hemisphere where I am. Pluto in retrograde is really powerful, and as a result, there's a lot coming up to clear, a lot of blocks and old patterns and limitations coming up, sometimes right through the heart, which is a good thing, but it can mean sometimes your heart is really, really sensitive. And so it's really important to give your heart that incredible self-care and to truly honor where you are at each and every day. One of the things we often do is something called heart breathing, and a lot of fantastic meditations start with heart breathing. And in that experience, you'll be instructed to take breaths into the heart and take exhalations out of the heart. So breathing into your heart and out of the heart. And sometimes this can feel really incredible and your heart is open and you're radiant, but you may have experienced sometimes where this just doesn't work for you, where breathing into the heart can feel uncomfortable and almost like there's a restriction or a constriction there. This can be for a lot of reasons. Sometimes you are clearing a block, something's coming up to clear and you're feeling it. Sometimes your heart may be shut down because of a recent experience or upset. And sometimes as a heart-centered empath, your heart just may be oh so very sensitive and not in the space to really take on breath or any additional energies, and it just really wants to be supported. So the most important thing is to honor yourself, to honor where you're at. It can range day to day, and to be really loving to yourself, really giving yourself that heart support and not doing any particular practice that doesn't resonate, even though it is a really beautiful practice. And if it is working for you, you can really allow that heart to open and radiate and be that beautiful embodied presence of love. But working with the experience of heart breathing not working for you, there's some tips that I would love to share to help with that experience. So if your heart is feeling particularly sensitive, placing one hand over the heart can be really reassuring. So let's just do that together. And having that sense of even just gently leaning into the heart as you breathe really naturally in whatever way resonates with you. So we're not directing our breath in any way. We're just taking really gentle inhalations and exhalations. Having that sense of feet being connected to the earth, whether you're seated or reclining or standing. And just that presence of your hand upon your heart can be very grounding, can bring you back into your body if you've had an upset, and really allows your heart to settle in. The other thing you can do, something I love to do, is heart tapping. So taking two fingers from either hand and just gently tapping around the high heart, muscles of the chest. I like to start below one collarbone and move in almost like a gentle V, up and down, starting with very gentle pressure, because this can be very sensitive. And then perhaps creating a shape, sometimes like a circle or a spiral, and then perhaps even applying just a little bit more pressure, tapping a little more firmly. Now I'm just doing an infinity symbol. And again, noticing how sensitive you are and only continuing as feels good for you. And then when you're feeling grounded again, and even having that sense of being reset, so your energy is really being realigned, especially great if you've had a sense that your polarity has flipped. So sometimes we really kind of have that sense of going out of body. If we've had an upset, we want to come back into alignment, align our polarity. Tapping is a great way to do that. And then I like to slow it down and setting the intention to tune in. So what is going on with your heart? Simply noticing and beginning to tune into the rhythm of your heart and tapping in synchronicity with your heart. So matching that heartbeat. Feeling deeply relaxed. Finding your breath and tuning into your heart can feel so good. and then you can go into the meditation from here. You can also, of course, have a crystal. If you know me, you know I love crystals. And there is no wrong or right. With crystals, there's only what resonates with you. So it's really about trusting your intuition. I have a beautiful fluorite here, heart healer. So one of the ways you check to see if it resonates with you is you hold it to your heart and you tune in and see if it's a yes. If your heart really resonates with this, it feels natural, it feels gentle, and oh so good. So I'm loving this fluorite. A couple other options are any heart-shaped crystal can be wonderful, and in particular rose quartz. So I just happen to have a a heart-shaped. Rose would be nice too, a rose-shaped crystal, but heart-shaped rose quartz, very gentle, very beautiful. Or turquoise can be incredibly protective and nourishing. So see what resonates with you. Again, no wrong or right. And your heart crystal, your heart healer may change day to day, or you may have one that you use for a period of time. So see what calls you and be open. So as we just take our crystal, we'll just place it on our heart. And we want to call in those divine beings that really resonate with your heart healing. I've got beautiful Raphael on our left and Mary on our right, two beautiful heart healers. Just gently placing a hand behind each shoulder. And Raphael just invites you to continue to soften, to gentle your breath, to breathe really naturally. And you may have that sense of the beautiful crystal. If you've got one, please pause and grab one. And if you don't, we set the intention that you receive the perfect version of fluorite, the green, the purple, and the pink for you. And just allowing that crystal light to begin to just gently massage your heart. It is really gentle, and you may tune in and actually feel a flow of energy just gently moving. And if there is any flow of breath, it's actually flowing gently into the heart from the front of the heart on the inhalations and flowing back out, exiting through the front of the heart. See how that feels. You may feel a gentle massaging sensation. You may feel light moving and the gentlest shifting in the heart. Continuing to allow, continuing to notice, and continuing to soften. And Raphael invites you to release any stress, to set down any bags or burdens. And Mary just gently touches your heart with light, gentlest light, and invites anything that is already rising to the surface, any blocks or constriction, any old patterns or heart scars, to begin to softly move and dissolve. Beautiful. Feeling that gentlest inflow of light, like the softest silken caress, and then the gentlest flow outwards in space. You may notice a circling sensation, or you may notice something completely different. Just allowing. And then we'll just allow this process to gently complete. And something else that you can do, that I love to do, it can feel so good, is to just gently tent your fingers and your thumbs and create a sacred triangle of light. Just place it gently against your heart. And this creates a really beautiful protective container for your heart. So just allowing your heart to feel that beautiful protection and the sacredness of this beautiful triangle. Still feeling those beautiful fluorite energies filling up your heart, feeling the beautiful rose ray coming in, so gentle. And this can just feel so grounding and replenishing to bring in a sacred shape and container. And the beauty is, as you breathe gently and receive more deeply, your heart gently expands and the sacred triangle grows with it. You may see it as a pyramid containing your heart and expanding with it. in the presence of Mary and Raphael. And then we just allow this sacred container to grow so that it now expands your physical body completely in love, your emotions in peace, your mental body in ease and flow, and your spiritual bodies in the gentlest illumination, filling your heart and all the layers of you contained and wrapped and held in the shimmering pyramid of light, and continuing to simply tune in and allow your breath to flow with incredible ease and the most delightful peace. And those are some practices to help nourish your heart and to help encourage gentle and complete healing throughout this time of transformation as we build to solstice. Be gentle with yourself and give yourself so much tender loving care. Namaste.